Hi, Ngọc. Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Uh, I'm fine. Um, Sorry, I come too late later
No, 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 no. It's
because
okay.
because the support about IT
Uh-uh.
of free talk set up for me app to record record this lesson
This one?
lesson
Ah, they send you.
record
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
yes
Yeah, okay.
yes
Uh-huh. Okay. So they give you a copy of the book?
yes
Okay. All right. Good. So, shall we continue?
okay
All right. Okay. So, um, yesterday we talked about Charlotte, right? We talk about
mm,
her characteristic, what are the things that she likes, right? So, and we talk about,
yes
we also met, after reading the article, we also learned that Charlotte's mom and Charlotte's best friend is recommending
yes
someone to her to be
mm,
his
okay
future or her future boyfriend.
uh,
Okay?
uh-huh.
All right. So now,
Okay,
let's move to our grammar. Okay, on the next page. Present simple. So from memory, let's try to complete the sentences using the present simple.
she she doesn't have a partner at at the moment.
Okay, good. Next.
Yes, she three girls on the date with each man.
All right.
Yeah. Which one do she prefer? Does she prefer?
Good.
What kind of man do I like?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next one.
Uh, the final. I doesn't. I don't usually like men with bears.
Okay. All right. Let's answer the following question. So, which letter do you add to most verbs with he, she, and it? What do we use?
The letter
Da.
the
Yeah, very good.
does
How do the verbs below change with he, she, and it? How do the verbs below
uh
watch, study, go, and have?
verb at the es.
Yes, watch becomes watches, study becomes studies, right? Go becomes
Yes,
goes, and have,
yes,
yeah, have, okay? All right, so there.
yes.
What auxiliary verbs do you use to make questions and negative with I, you, we, they? For be, he, she, and it.
With auxiliary verb with I, you, with is do,
Okay.
and with he, she, it the
Mm-hmm.
does.
Yes, very good. Good job. Wow, you remembered, huh? Good job. Okay, so now we go to letter D. Okay, question D. Can you remember the kind of men Charlotte likes and doesn't like?
Um, Chocolate like the man who is a smile, nice smile, and are into literature and art
Mm-mm.
and classic music
Music, classic. Yeah,
and
loves classic music.
music classics and make her who make her happy,
Mm-hmm.
more happy.
Yeah,
Me
exactly.
laugh, me laugh.
Interact with her and make her smile, something like that. Okay, very good, huh?
And she don't like the man with bass.
Ah, yes, with beards or
Beer,
beards.
beer,
Yeah,
beers,
that's right. Very
beers.
good. You remember that. Okay, the reason why I ask you those questions is because tonight we're gonna look at these two people, Alexander and Oliver. These
Oliver.
are the choices of Charlotte's mother and best friend. So Alexander was the mother's choice of Charlotte, and Oliver is Charlotte's best friend choice. Okay?
French.
Yeah. So by just looking at the photo, who do you think would Charlotte love or like? Just looking at the photos without
The
hearing
first,
anything.
yes, yeah, it's just and I uh, I think Charles like Alexander because Alexander have slice my
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So now we go ahead and check if Charlotte were gonna choose her mother's choice or her friend's choice between the two. Okay. After we listen to audio 1.14. Okay. So let me go ahead and go over the link. So there you go. I have it, and I'm gonna share the link to you. Let's listen.
1.14. My first impression of Alexander was that he was much older than me. In fact, he was 32, but I thought he was older. But when we started talking, I really liked him. He was extrovert and funny, and he had a very good sense of humour. He works for a TV company, and he told me a lot of good stories about his work. He was also interested in the same things as me, art and music, and we talked a lot about that. Physically, he wasn't really my type. It's difficult to say why. He was tall and dark and quite good looking, and he had a nice smile, but there just wasn't any chemistry between us. I could imagine going to a concert or theatre with him, but as a friend. Sorry, Mum, but no.
Hmm. Okay. All right. So let's answer the question first. So in here on that audio, Charlotte talks about Alexander. Okay, when she met Alexander. So what did she think of him?
Uh, mm, chắc when she met Alexander, she um, she she um, see him is taller than her, and
Mm.
he extrovert and extrovert uh, and then I don't remember.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
skin was dark. That's what she
and
said,
yes,
right? The skin was
yes,
dark. Um, he had a big, beautiful
and
smile. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and finally she don't want see him again. Yeah,
Yeah. So Charlotte doesn't want to see him again, right? So maybe they can see
yes,
each other, but as a friend. That's according to Charlotte. Okay. So Can you name some 3 adjectives that Charlotte used when she is describing Alexander? 3 adjectives.
Extrovert.
Extrovert, okay. 1.
Uh,
The complexion. She said he was dark, right?
I don't listen.
Ah, you were not able to hear that. Okay, he was saying
Yeah.
he was dark towards the end. And he's also what? He said also that Alexander was tall. Okay? Would you like to listen again?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Okay?
Yes, again.
Alright, let's listen
Yes.
again. I'm gonna go ahead and play. Wait. There you go.
1.14.
My first impression of Alexander was that he was much older than me. In fact, he was 32, but I thought he was older. But when we started talking, I really liked him. He was extrovert and funny, and he had a very good sense of humour. He works for a TV company, and he told me a lot of good stories about his work. He was also interested in the same things as me, art and music, and we talked a lot about that. Physically, he wasn't really my type. It's difficult to say why. He was tall and dark and quite good looking, and he had a nice smile, but there just wasn't any chemistry between us. I could imagine going to a concert or theatre with him, but as a friend. Sorry, Mum, but no.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, physically.
Yes.
Yeah, physically.
Basically,
So,
the two adjective about Alexander. The first adjective is funny,
yeah,
and the extrovert.
extrovert.
2, yes. The second extrovert. The second is funny, and the third, a sense of humor.
Yeah, very good. Sense of humor. What about physical? Physical appearance. Physical.
He have a nice smile.
Nice smile. Very good. Okay, good job. Alright, so now we listen to what Charlotte says or talk when she talk about Oliver. Okay? So let's see what will Charlotte say about Oliver. Here you go. I'm gonna go ahead and
Okay.
play it.
Okay.
1.15.
When I first saw Oliver, I thought he looked warm and friendly and more attractive than Alexander. He was quite tall, with short blonde hair, and he had lovely blue eyes, a bit like the actor Jude Law. He was a bit shy and quiet at first, but when we started chatting, he relaxed, and we found we had a lot of things in common. We both liked books and the cinema. He was generous too. He wanted to pay for everything. I really enjoyed the evening. When it was time to go, he asked for my phone number and said he wanted to meet again. We walked out of the restaurant and went to look for a taxi. And then something happened, and I knew that it was impossible for me to go out with him. He said, "At last," and took out a packet of cigarettes. That was it, I'm afraid. I could never have a boyfriend who was a smoker. I think perhaps for my next date, I'm going to choose the man myself. I don't think another person can really choose a partner for you.
Okay. Would you like to listen again?
Okay.
Or we're good?
Quite long. The Oliver Oliver is the man which is man funny and more sweet chocolate thing Oliver more attractive
Yeah.
than
Alexander.
Alexander.
Okay.
He with long hair,
Short blonde
long
hair.
hair,
Short
short blonde hair,
blonde hair.
short blonde hair.
Yeah.
Okay, short blonde hair.
His
Uh,
eyes.
yes.
Eyes are what is the color of his eyes? Do you remember? Blue eyes.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he has a blue eyes. He's
I
tall.
can't remember.
Yeah, he's warm.
Blue eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's friendly. He's quite shy, according to Charlotte, right? Right. Why
Uh,
Charlotte did not choose Oliver?
uh, chocolate thing. Oliver have a lot of have same thing and same hobby with her.
Mm-mm.
So for example, he's also like book and cinema like what just go to cinema.
Yeah.
Yes, because
However,
she do
however,
uh
she doesn't like Oliver because he doesn't like Oliver because he is a
because she Oliver smoke.
yes, he is a
Smoke.
smoker, right? He
Smoker.
Yeah. Charlotte said, "I
When
can't."
why chocolate don't like the man smoke.
Yeah. Do you smoke, no?
I
Do you smoke?
give up.
I give up. Very good. Okay, good job. All right. So, last question. What does Charlotte decide in the end? What did she decide?
Of course. When, um, although she don't like smoker, but she decided to choose Oliver to go out with him again.
Mm-mm. Yeah, right. That's correct. And towards the end, she also decided that she will choose whoever she wants to go out with. All right. She
Yeah.
thought that nobody knows better than herself, not her mother or nor her best friend. Okay. All right. Now let's continue. We now proceed to our pronunciation exercise. Okay? So we listen and repeat. So as you listen to the audio, you have to repeat the sentence that you would listen to. Okay?
Okay.
So let's go ahead and listen to audio 1.16. Okay, let's listen and start.
1.16.
Snake. S.
She likes cats.
He works with his parents.
Zebra. Z.
He has brown eyes.
She wears jeans.
Is.
She relaxes with boxes of chocolates.
He uses glasses to read.
Okay. Alright, can we read all of them again?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Snake.
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 Alright. She.
She likes cars. He works with his parents. Zebra.
Zebra. Mhm.
Zebra. He has brown eyes. She wears jeans.
Okay, is.
Is she relaxes with boxes of chocolate.
Mhm.
He uses glasses to read.
Okay, very good. So, the final S is pronounced as S or Z in most of the words, okay? So, the difference is really quite small, so you won't able to, if you're not really careful, you will not able to hear it properly. The final ES is pronounced ease after CH,
Is
C, G, or SH, S, or Z, or X. Alright? Like for example, boxes, relaxes. Okay? So,
yeah.
how do you...
I have
Uh-huh.
I have been learn this pronunciation a lot of
Lot of times.
on the on the last time. So
Oh.
I'm present. I still remember.
It's okay. It's quite confusing. And also, I've noticed that most of my students, it's either they omit, they remove the S, or they do not pronounce the S sounds most of the time. Japanese students like that, Vietnamese students like that, most of the time Korean students also like that. So there we are having a hard time pronouncing the S sound. So maybe do you have this sound in your alphabet in Vietnam? S. Do you have that? Ah, okay, I see. All right. Okay, so now let's go to letter B. How do you say the he, she, it form of these verbs and the plural of these nouns? Okay? Verbs.
Okay.
Choose. How do we make it plural?
Chooses.
Chooses. Cook.
Chooses.
Very good.
Cooks.
Cooks.
Goes.
Mm-hmm.
Goes. Leaves.
Uh-huh.
Stops.
Uh-huh.
Teaches. Teach. Teaches.
Yeah, very good. Teaches. What about the noun? If it's a boy,
Boys.
he, she, or it.
Boys.
No, we use the plural
Ah.
pronoun. Boy, he, she, or it.
He. He.
Boy, he. Very good. That's correct. Class,
Yes. Class. Eat.
it.
Eat.
Date,
Then eat.
okay. Friend,
Friend. I see. I think eat.
it. Okay. If we cannot identify that,
Yeah.
it could be a he or a she. All right, because it is
Ah,
for
yeah.
objects, places, or things. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friend is a noun.
Yes.
Okay. Language.
Language is language. I think it.
Okay. Parent.
Parent. He or she.
Very good. Okay. All right. So we go ahead and listen if our answers are correct. So here you go. I'll play the audio.
1.17 Verbs.
Chooses. Cooks. Goes.
Goes.
Lives.
Lives.
Stops.
Goes.
Teaches.
Teaches.
Nouns.
Boys,
Goes.
classes,
Glasses.
dates,
Is.
friends,
Friends.
languages,
Languages.
parents,
Yes.
Okay, all right. So we will now leave the pronunciation. We now go to our speaking and writing, our last task for tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and check. So compare, okay, here. So look at the form below and prepare to give this information. Do you have a friend who is looking for a partner? Yes or no?
Uh,
A lot. Me, I have a lot.
and
Do you have a friend who's looking for a partner?
uh, I want to a person who can um, uh, I'm looking for a partner is the first um, and who he can she or man woman or man or woman
Mm-mm.
uh, is person that have a lot of experiment
Mm-hmm.
about the life and about job and
Mm-hmm.
about the work
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of experience in
Experience.
the own of field
Ah.
yeah the field in the
In all
life
the field. Okay.
um, and they have they must um, sense of humor
Ah, they must have
sense
sense
of
of
humor
humor. Okay.
and maybe they can maybe they are talkative
Uh-huh.
person.
Mm-hmm. Positive
Yeah,
person. So yeah. So
yeah,
if you are looking for someone, a partner or or a friend, these are the characteristics that you are looking for.
uh,
Oh, okay.
okay, yeah,
Wow. All right. So there you go. So that's a good thing. I think it's close to perfect already. Okay, the friend, the person you're looking for is close to perfect already. But who knows, right? There are some women out there who is like that. Okay, so that will be the end of this lesson for our first lesson, and this in here we talk about the characteristic of the people. In grammar, we talk about adjectives, right, and verbs also. How do we pronounce it? How do we produce the plural of the verbs? And also in pronunciation, we talk about the e's, the z sound, and the s sound also. Okay. So, do you have any questions about the things that we talk about in this lesson? No?
uh, in this lesson I don't have the question
Mm-mm.
the question with you
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. So,
because
uh-huh.
yeah because the lesson this lesson I did learn a lot of
A lot of
the
times.
last time. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, still. Well, do not get
Yeah.
frustrated. Do not get frustrated. This is quite easy. I can see that it sounded like easy for you, right? But still, you get frustrated because you were not able to. It turned out that you still not perfect it, right? Uh, Practice makes perfect. You know, in
Mm.
English, we learn now, we're good now, but if we stop, we're like back to zero, right? So that's it happens. That's especially to us. We are not native English speakers. So
Uh,
we really have to continue every day, learn, speak, talk, right?
yeah.
So that's a
Yeah.
that's a big
I,
deal. Mhm.
yeah. After finish this lesson with you, I also exercise with some topic.
Wow.
Exercise writing.
Oh, that's a good
Some
thing.
topic. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good practice.
Some topic. Yes.
Ah.
To improve and
Yes.
develop
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
other work.
Exactly. Read.
Yes.
Watch English sitcoms. Okay? When you read news online, choose the English one. Because you will gain more vocabularies if you do that. The more vocabulary that you have, the more you can talk English. Okay, always remember
Okay.
that. Okay? So, and
Thank you.
also,
Yeah. Thank
when
you.
you talk, think in English and talk in English. Because sometimes, it's also my mistake. Sometimes, I think in my language, my native language, and then I translate it in English. So, that's
Yeah.
where my mistake comes out. Okay? So, we always think in English and speak in English. Okay? So, we have to
Okay.
rehearse our mind like that. Set up our mind. Okay? No?
Yeah. Practice
All right.
more and more.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'll
Practice
see
more and more.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll have another lesson and then
See you
let's
again.
see. Okay? Good night. Bye.
Good night. Yeah.